I'm Guillaume Martinan from the University of Lyon in France, and I will present you a video clip on emotional intelligence. The plan of this video is as follows. After an introduction about the background and definition of emotional intelligence, the tripartite model of emotional intelligence will be highlighted. Then, questionnaires designed to assess the construct of emotional intelligence will be presented. Finally, the last part of this video will focus on emotional intelligence training in order to help coaches increasing athlete level of emotional intelligence. The recognition of the power and virtues of emotion allowed the concept of emotional intelligence to be acknowledged by scientists as a hot topics of research and by practitioners as competencies to develop. In particular, scientific researchers overcome the dual antagonism of the reason versus the feeling, the id versus the heart. Actually, there is a consensus in the scientific literature, in particular within the sport psychology literature, about the fact that the aim is not to replace reason with emotion, but to find the right balance between the two, between the emotions and cognitions. Practitioners talk about the head-heart harmony. Recent research in psychology and neuroscience providing strong evidence that emotions constantly guide us in our choice. In other words, emotions work in concert with the rational mind in order to optimize individual functioning. Today, science proves wrong those who subscribe to a narrow and deterministic conception of intelligence. For example, how can we explain when some individuals with a high intellectual quotient fail, whereas others with a modest intellectual quotient succeed? Emotional intelligence can help explain solving this paradox. In the 1980 and 1990 years, some researchers started to rely the concept of intelligence and emotions. Intelligence refers to cold cognition and include, for example, adaptability, concentration, awareness, reasoning, and flexibility. Otherwise, emotions come from S-motion, meaning movement, that is to set in motion. In addition, emotions arise from the perceptions of benefits or harm concerning major motivation of the individuals. The coming together of these two seemingly opposing concepts gave rise to the concept of emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence can be defined as the ability to perceive, express, understand, and regulate one's own emotions as well as emotions of others. The tripartite model of emotional intelligence has recently received particular attention from researchers in the sport psychology because it combines the ability and trait approach of emotional intelligence. It is noteworthy that this theoretical underpinning has several practical advantages that might be of value to consultants working in applied settings. In the tripartite model of emotional intelligence, the knowledge level refers to what people know about emotions and how to deal with emotional situations. For example, knowing that acceptance is an efficient strategy to reduce anxiety. The ability level refers to the use of emotional knowledge during an emotional situation. For example, being able to observe and accept the experiences emotion when being anxious. The trait level refers to emotion-related dispositions, that is, the propensity to observe and accept the experienced emotions during anxious situations. In this theoretical approach, it is important to keep in mind that knowledge does not always translate into abilities, which in turn do not always translate into practice, threat level. For instance, an athlete could know that acceptance is an efficiency strategy to reduce anxiety, but not be able to do it. Also, an athlete could observe and accept the emotion when being anxious, but not be able to do it during anxious situation. Thus, we can see that the three levels are loosely connected, and an understanding of all three would be most useful for the practicing sport psychology consultants. In the tripartite model of emotional intelligence refers to how individuals deal with their own emotion, intrapersonal emotional intelligence, and others' emotions, interpersonal emotional intelligence, through 5 main emotional competencies: identification, expression, understanding, regulation, and utilization. Identification of emotions corresponds to being able to perceive an emotion when it appears and identify it. Expressions correspond to being able to express emotion in a socially accepted manner. Understanding corresponds to being able to understand the cause and consequences of emotion and to distinguish triggering factor from cause. Regulation corresponds to being able to regulate stress or emotions when they are not appropriate to the context. Finally, the utilization of emotions corresponds to being able to use emotions to improve reflection, decision, and action. After an introduction about the background and definition of emotional intelligence, the tripartite model of emotional intelligence has been highlighted. Now, I'm going to talk to questionnaires designed to assess the construct of emotional intelligence. One of the first self-report questionnaires introduced within the literature was the Trait of Emotional Intelligence questionnaire developed by Petridge and collaborators. This questionnaire assesses the trait of emotional intelligence using 153 items. It is noteworthy that a short form of the questionnaire exists with only 30 items. The Trait of Emotional Intelligence questionnaire assesses 15 facets or dimensions of trait emotional intelligence. These 15 subscores refers to adaptability, assertiveness, emotion perception from self and other, emotion expression, emotion management, meaning management of others' emotion, emotion regulation, impulsiveness, relationships, self-esteem, self-motivation, social awareness, stress management, trait empathy, trait happiness, and trait optimist. This self-report questionnaire uses a 7-point Likert tip scale from 1, completely disagree, to 7, completely agree. We can see here an extraction of the Trait of Emotional Intelligence questionnaire with the first 26 items. It is noteworthy that this self-report questionnaire has been translated in more than 20 languages and thus can be easily used all over the world. As previous research providing evidence for the validity and reliability of this self-report questionnaire, it has been often used within the sport psychology scientific literature to assess athletes' trait emotional intelligence. However, several scholars highlighted some limitations. Besides the long duration of the questionnaire, which resulted in the development of a short form of the questionnaire, the main limitation of this questionnaire, suggested by several researchers, refer to the fact that across the 15 subscales of the Trait of Emotional Intelligence questionnaire, several dimensions don't assess trait emotional intelligence per se. For example, self-esteem or self-motivation can be conceptualized as outcome of emotional intelligence and not emotional intelligence per se. The profile of emotional competence was developed by Brasser and collaborators to assess emotional intelligence. This self-report questionnaire is grounded within the tripartite model of emotional intelligence and is designed to assess the trait level of emotional intelligence. This questionnaire consists of 50 items for the long form and 20 items for the short form. It assesses the 10 subscales of the trait emotional intelligence in line with the tripartite model of emotional intelligence. 5 dimensions refer to intrapersonal emotional competencies, identifying, expressing, understanding, regulating, and using one's emotions. 5 other dimensions refers to intrapersonal emotional competencies, identifying, expressing, understanding, regulating, and using others' emotions. A 5-point Likert tip scale is used to evaluate the items from 1 strongly disagree, to 5 strongly agree. We can see here an extraction of the profiles of emotional competence questionnaire with the first 19 items. It is noteworthy that this self-report questionnaire has been translated in a wide range of language and thus can be easily used all over the world by scientists, coaches, and athletes. This questionnaire has often been used within the scientific literature with the advantage of being explicitly grounded with a theoretical framework, the tripartite model of emotional intelligence. Now, I'm going to talk about the possibility to implement emotional intelligence training programs for improving athletes' emotional intelligence and thus help them increasing their sport performance and well-being. Within the sporting context, the stakes and demands are high with regard to the increasing professionalism in the field of high-performance sports. In particular, in many sports, training is organized around competition across the entire years, with summer and winter competition. As a result, athletes are called upon throughout the year with no clearly defined period of recovery or rest. Athletes, as well as their immediate environment, including coaches, are subject to the pressure of results, media stakes, and financial imperatives. In addition, internships, especially for adolescent athletes, and frequent travels or boarding in training center structures take athletes away from their families and their usual social support network. Some athletes and coaches might adapt to those physical and psychological demands more efficiently and engage in their sport with more success, whereas other athletes might not be as successful in adapting to these demands. In this perspective, emotional competencies or skills can allow athletes to adapt to their high-level environment in order to cope with the high physical, social, and psychological demand they have to cope with. Emotional intelligence refers to the abilities to evaluate our own and other emotion, regulate our own and others' emotion, and use emotionally charged information to optimize functioning. It is why emotional intelligence has been recently identified by practitioners, coaches, sport psychologists, mental coaches, as a way to assist athletes in optimizing their sport performance and well-being. Several scientific researchers provided evidence that it is possible to improve trait emotional intelligence with targeted intervention on athletes. The emotional intelligence programs are designed to increase athletes' level of well-being and performance. Let me show you an example of emotional intelligence training program. I will use a scientific article published by CC and collaborator in 2023. This program, mental program, consists in two distinct steps. The first step refers to mental training session with athletes, whereas the second steps refer to a recall period with reminders exercise. The body of the first steps of the intervention program aim to improve emotional intelligence through the provision of theoretically based knowledge and practical suggestion, referring to the skill level, in line with the tripartite model of emotional intelligence. Group sessions designed to increase knowledge and ability levels of emotional intelligence through video clips of athletes in training and competition in order to stimulate discussion are used within this step. Athletes also have to do exercise between training sessions in order to test and experience emotional regulation strategy in training. The second step of this program consists in an individualized follow-up with athletes designed to increase ability and trait level of emotional intelligence. In particular, the first session intervention aims to provide discussions regarding emotional intelligence and the relationship between emotion and sport performance and between emotional intelligence and sport performance. During this session, the profiles of emotional competence response of athletes were used to present the components of emotional intelligence. The interactions between the athletes and the mental coach lead to the identification of practical consequences of emotion management experienced by the athletes during past competition. The second intervention session consists of discussions regarding the identification of emotions, their origins, and their usefulness. This session aims to answer to the questions: which pleasant and unpleasant emotions are experienced in my sports? Which are experienced during practice, competitions, and school or work? How can we identify these emotions? What are the effects of this emotion on me, on my behavior, on my performance? The third session was dedicated to the emotional regulation strategy in a competitive context. The purpose of this session was to present the various skills to manage one's emotions during a competition, a training, or a stressful scholar or life event. In line with the cognitive emotion regulation literature, both adaptive and less adaptive emotional regulation strategies and their consequences were presented to the athletes in order to clearly differentiate the use and efficacy of emotional regulation strategy. The fourth sessions aim to extend the previous one with the description of practical strategy suitable with the issue of sport competition, pre-competitive anxiety for example, and daily constraints related to intensive training center, school exam, distant relationship with parents, everyday pressure in training sessions for example. In particular, the athletes could voluntarily share a personal experience related to the use of an emotion regulation strategy before, during, or after a recent competition. The efficiency and the possibilities to replicate the strategy were also discussed. Finally, a synthesis of the interventions is presented and the recall period, the next step of the program, is introduced to the athletes. Moreover, individual exercise between the sessions were proposed to the athletes in order to situate the content of the interventions to the athletes' real experience. For instance, between the second and the third sessions, athletes were asked to identify two emotions, one pleasant and one unpleasant, experienced during the next competitive day and the respective consequences on their behavior. Thus, the experience shared by the athletes nurtured the group session intervention. Then, a 4-month recall period was proposed after the 4th sessions. A summary document of the sessions containing the key theoretical and practical elements was issued for each athlete. The document was structured in 3 parts referring to the steps of the interventions: emotion in sport, antecedents and consequences of emotion, and then emotion regulation. And free space were devoted to individualize the sections. During these periods, the athletes regularly received reminders of the intervention content with online messages and were asked to individually complete the summary document. Moreover, a free space for discussion was provided to maintain contact with the athletes. As a whole, result of the emotional intelligence training programs providing strong evidence of the implementation of such mental training program. As expected, and with no surprise, increased scores of trait emotional intelligence at the end of the program are observed in comparison to the score of the athletes at the beginning of the program. Moreover, a wide range of other positive outcomes have been identified in a wide range of research, including increased subjective performance, increased experience of pleasant emotions, increased use of adaptive emotion regulation strategy, and decreased use of maladaptive emotion regulation strategy, increased challenge appraisal, and decreased threat and loss appraisals. Thus, in conclusion, the use of emotional training program is emerging as a fruitful perspective for helping athletes adapt efficiently to the high-level environment of sport competition. Thanks for your attention.